Did Spain invent adobo? Not even close. Adobo is proudly Filipino. Today, we're starting with something that's on every Filipino table, no matter where in the world that table is: adobo. And here's the thing most of us were never told: adobo isn't Spanish. Spain didn't bring us this dish. They just gave it a name. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand why your Lola's adobo, your Tita's adobo, and the adobo at that one Filipino restaurant downtown can all taste completely different and all be completely right. Long before Magellan ever set foot on these islands, Filipinos were already cooking meat slow in vinegar, garlic, and salt. This wasn't a recipe card moment, it was survival. No refrigeration, no electricity, no ice. In this heat, vinegar was the only thing standing between your food and spoiling overnight.
Our ancestors figured that out on their own, centuries before anyone with a galleon showed up.
So when the Spanish arrived and saw what we were already doing, it reminded them of a word from home: adobar, to marinate. So they called it adobo. That's it. That's the whole colonial contribution, a label. The cooking, the technique, the flavor, that was already ours. Now here's why this matters if you grew up like I did, Filipino but somewhere else, maybe California, Jersey, Texas. And adobo wasn't just dinner. It was what your mom packed in a Ziploc bag inside her carry-on so it wouldn't get lost in checked luggage. It's what survived 18 hours of travel in a balikbayam box, vacuum sealed next to the Spam and the bouillon. It's the dish you learned to make over a phone call, your mom talking you through it from 6,000 miles away, because you missed it too much to wait for the next visit home. And the wild part is, even back home, there was never just one version. In the Visayas, you'll find Adobong Puti, no soy sauce at all, just vinegar, garlic, peppercorns, and bay leaf. Pale, sharp, probably close to how it tasted hundreds of years ago. In Batangas, they stir in turmeric, Adobong dilaw, and the whole dish turns this deep golden yellow, nothing like what most of us picture. Down in Bicol, somebody's simmering it in coconut milk, mellowing all that vinegar bite into something rich and almost sweet. And then there's the version most of us in the diaspora actually grew up with. Dark, glossy, soy-heavy, simmered all afternoon until the sauce clings to the rice. That's not the adobo. That's just one family's adobo. So if you've ever felt a little insecure because your family's adobo doesn't taste like the one at the Filipino restaurant, or your titas argued for 20 minutes at Noche Buena about whose version is correct, nobody's wrong. There was never a single correct adobo. There were 1,000 correct adobos, made by 1,000 different lolas in 1,000 different provinces, and every one of them got carried across an ocean by someone who refused to let it disappear. That's kind of the whole job of this dish, isn't it? It's usually the first thing we cook for a non-Filipino friend who wants to try something Filipino. It's the dish that survives the freezer, survives the plane ride, survives being made by someone who's never set foot in the province their parents grew up in. Adobo travels, it adapts, and somehow, after all of that, it still tastes like home. So next time somebody tells you adobo is just a Spanish dish, tell them the truth. Spain gave us a word. We already had the cooking, the technique, and about 100 different ways to make it. No matter which version you grew up to, it's still the one dish every Filipino, anywhere in the world, agrees belongs to us.
This is Heritage Pinoy Talks. Next time, we're talking about why your sinigang is basically a science experiment.
If your family makes their adobo differently from what I just described, tell me about it in the comments. I want to hear it. And subscribe because we're just getting started. See you next time, anak.